Hey guys, welcome to another product showcase video. This video comes to us from the Seed company. This is their 80 plus 750 watt modular power supply. Okay, let's have a closer look at the box. This thing has a lot of different features. I'm going to try to cover all the different stuff from it. On the front of the box has a picture of the unit itself, as well as some of the specific features of it. Intel Core 7 ready, AMD Phenom 2 ready, quad 12 volt rails, Japanese high quality capacitors, ATX 2.3, can run up to 3 video cards, golf fan design, dual bearing. We'll spin the box around here and you can see the back of it. They have a lot of specifications on the back side here. Some more information telling you about the different features itself, as well as information about the power supply itself here. This is available in 3 different models. The 750 watt, which this is, and it's also available in an 850 and a 1000 watt version. Here I'll give you the specifications here on this model. Your 3.3 volt is 28 amps, 5 volt is 30 amps, gives you a combined total of 180 watts on them 2 channels. Your 12 volt rails, all 4 of them are 18 amp each, giving you a combined total of 650 watts on the 12 volt rails. Okay, this is NVIDIA SLI ready, ATI Crossfire ready. This is their 80 plus high efficiency. This has received the 80 plus bronze certification. It works with Intel Core i3, i5, i7, AMD 64x4 Athlon and Phenom processors. A very heavy package. You can basically tell the quality of a power supply by the weight of it. Let's open up the box and see what all it comes. Okay, before we get into the components of it, I just want to mention what a wonderful job they do packaging these for shipping. Not only does the power supply itself come in a plastic bag to protect it, but it also has kind of like a cloth material that's completely wrapped around it to also keep it from scratching or getting damaged in shipping. And it's all encased in the box in foam to give it extra protection. So just a wonderful job they do preparing these to make sure that they're going to get to you in perfect shape. Okay, inside the box itself they give you a ton of different stuff with it. First off, they give you a package with a sticker, 80 plus bronze sticker for your computer for efficiency, as well as the mounting screws to mount your power supply. It comes with an energy efficient directory explaining some of the different stuff, displaying all of the voltages, wattages, as well as all the cables and stuff that you get with the system. They give you an anti-vibration mount for the back of the power supply, so you would mount this between the power supply and your case to alleviate any vibration, to alleviate noise. Also comes with your standard 3-pin power cable for the power supply. They include this wonderful pouch to keep your extra cables in. It's a ventilated pouch. Very handy if you're not using all the cables. You want to put some of them aside for later, but you don't want to lose them. And they also include 3 of these Velcro cable management strips here to bundle your cables together. And then the various cables that come with it itself. They have color-coded ones. Your red ones are your PCI Express. They come with a couple of standard 6-pin PCI Express, as well as 2 8-pin CPI or PCI Express that have the 6+2 adapters on the end, depending on what video card setups you're running. Comes with a couple of your SATA connectors, and also a couple of the standard Molex connectors for fans or drives, whatever you might have with the Molex in it itself. So let me set this step aside, and we're going to have a closer look at the power supply itself. Okay, let's have a closer look at the power supply. First thing you'll notice is the beautiful finish on it. It has a beautiful anti-static finish. On the side of it, it has all decals telling you about the different stuff: energy efficiency, wattages, switching power supply. The other side has some stickers also telling you about some different features of it. This does have a fan delay off feature, which I think is very nice. Basically what that does is if you turn off your computer, the fan in the power supply stays running for 2 minutes after you shut off the computer. And the advantage to that is it wants to pull all of the heat out of the capacitors on the power supply to help keep them cool, so that it extends the life of the power supply. If you're playing a game or something and you shut your computer down right away and the power supply goes off, all of that heat is still sitting there resonating inside of the power supply. So by adding this time delay feature, it helps to keep cooling them even after the computer's off until they're completely cool. Okay, this does have a 11 blade fan in it for moving a lot of air, moving it efficiently and quietly. Unfortunately, some of the major features of this power supply are internal, and you can't really see them just by looking through it itself. So I think what I'm going to do is pop the cover off here, and so we can look at some of the features inside of it. Okay, we do have it opened up here. First off, let me say that I do not recommend that you do this. I'm doing this simply for demonstration purposes. Power supplies should only be opened up by professional electricians. The capacitors and stuff in here can store a ton of juice in them. They can do you some serious damage. I don't recommend anybody opens one up that don't know what they're doing. So that said, let me show you some of the components in here. Some of the big selling points for me were these L-shaped heat sinks that they use in here to give it as much area as possible to dissipate heat. Instead of just having the heat sinks come up and stop, they actually extend them outward in this L-shaped design, and what that does is gives it more area for cooling to help keep your cooling even better than just the stock heat sinks. They do a wonderful job of individually wrapping everything up in it. All of the cables and connections in here are heat shrink and protected so that nothing can touch or arc. Here's a little look at the circuitry that goes back in here for your time delay switch. You can see the large capacitor in here itself. One of the reasons why these can be so dangerous to play with. But just a beautiful job. You can't really appreciate how well of a power supply this is really without looking at the inside of it and seeing how well designed, how well laid out it is, and just the quality of the products they used and the time that they put into individually wrapping all the different connectors and stuff in it. Let's see if we can get a little better shot, move the camera here, of the golf ball fan itself now, maybe with the cover off. You can kind of see the little dimples in it that look just like a golf ball, and that's part of that design we were talking about. So let me pop this cover back on before we move. Okay, for this demonstration I'm going to use my Antec 900 here and change power supply out in it so we can see the difference that the modular makes. This is a perfect example of a computer that you'd need a high-end power supply in. It has a quad core in there, overclocked, lots of accessories, cold cathode lights. I got LED case fan or case feet on it, dual video cards, lots of extra fans, different accessories on the front, lighted switches, fan controller. So definitely a case that needs a lot of power to run, and with overclocking and stuff, it needs a very smooth, solid power. Let me pop the side cover. Okay, with the side cover open, we can get a little better look at the components here. And this is definitely the problem with a non-modular power supply. If you get a high enough wattage power supply that has all the typical connectors you need, has the power to run multiple video cards, you end up with so many extra cables and so many extra connectors that they give you with it that there's just no way to do cable management with it. It ends up being a big mess in your computer. It restricts airflow. It certainly doesn't look nice. We're going to take out this power supply and we're going to switch it with our new Seed 750 watt modular, and you could be able to see the difference it makes when you go to the modular one. Okay, we have it all done and installed. Everything's hooked up. You can see what a difference it makes having a modular power supply when you can just use the cables that you absolutely need instead of all the extra ones. It really makes for a nice finished job, gives you better airflow, alleviates a lot of the extra things that are in your way in the case. So let's start this up and hear it run. Okay, as you can see, it's all up and running. Got our cold cathodes on, all our lighted case fans, our LED RAM, both video cards going in SLI. Lighted case feeder on, so we're drawing a lot of power from this right now, and still it's nice and cool. It's barely putting out anything warm at all. Actually, the air coming out of it is still fairly cool versus some of the other power supplies I've seen where the air coming out is quite hot from them. This is a very nice efficiency cooler. I think it has a 99% stabilization rate for keeping your power smooth throughout the different draws on the band, so that if you are overclocking or what have you, it's going to give you a very constant, steady supply of power, very good, clean power. But that's going to do it for this product showcase. Once again, this is Seed's 750 watt, 80 plus certified modular power supply. We want to thank them for providing it for our showcase, and I want to thank you for watching.